We're here on number 2, which is the first area we sprigged with coastal. I wanted to go over a little bit about the coastal Bermuda areas, our native areas, and the Fort Worth planting areas. I find that I get more questions about those than really anything else, but it's completely understood as these are new to us. So the coastal operation is going well. They have 10 through 16 left. They aim to be finished with that by about August 5th, 6th, 7th, depending on any inclement weather, but we're looking pretty good there. And like I said, we're here on the right side of 2. So we did this about 28, 29 days ago. And as you can see, if you kind of look at my feet here, you've got some of this coastal Bermuda, and we also put giant Bermuda grass seed in there. Very similar, but just to give us enough volume for when we open, so we can avoid as many of these bare areas as possible. But if you look at my feet, you got anywhere from about 4 inches to 12 inches tall all throughout here. So we have put a ton of focus on this as we're starting to see the golf course from tee to green really come full circle. We know that by the beginning of October, we're really going to be sitting in a good spot if everything keeps going as we are right now with our shortcut surfaces. But the coastal and the Fort Worth planting are the things that are probably, for us and the membership, the most unknown, but also the most agronomically challenging, as we don't have water out here. So we're irrigating with these perimeter heads and turning them 360 to where they don't just water these rough areas, they fling outward into the coastal areas. We have 6 total staff members dedicated to coastal moisture management. We're putting a lot of effort out here to try to make sure that when this thing opens, that we have as presentable of a nature or natural area as we can. And it's important that we remember these areas take years to mature. This is a look that we want to have it appear like it's been here for 30, 40 years. And so it's gonna take evolutions for that to happen over year to year. So, but what we're focused on right now is getting good coverage to avoid bare soil areas, to make sure that we go into winter with some good erosion control and things like that. So for the planting areas, get a lot of questions about those as well. Those areas, Andy's vision is to kind of have like these rocky outcroppings that are kind of getting grown into with our native grass, but have these yuccas coming up through them and some other kind of native plants. So obviously in their state right now, they look like a big pile of rock, which really isn't appealing to anybody. Not Andy, not myself, not the membership, and we understand that. I think that Andy's view is with time, these areas will become more naturalized. If you remember, we cleaned up that hillside left of number 1 a few years ago. And it kind of just came into its own with grass and yuccas and some rocks in there. So we're gonna really work these areas, but that's an area that's gonna take some time. We're gonna have to get those native grasses to come up. We're gonna have to trim and spray some stuff in there. We're gonna have to plant things in there. And over time, they will become much more naturalized and look like they're part of this beautiful property. So number 7, the left side of the tees, is a really good example of what a more further along Fort Worth planting area will look like, and not all will be similar. Some will have buffalo grass in them depending on their location. Some will have some coastal kind of creeping into them depending on their location. Some that are possibly more in play will have kind of what you see to the right of 6, where some tiff tufts kind of creeping through those areas. So these areas, the biggest thing that I would like to communicate is they're gonna take time. They're not like sod, they're not like sprigs. It's not what we're doing on the greens and they grow in 80, 90 days and we're good to go. So we have to be patient with these areas, let it come up, and let that vision that Andy had for Mira Vista kind of come to life over a few years. So we're planting 2,500 yuccas all throughout these rocky areas and these creeks. So we're trying to speed Mother Nature along as fast as we can, but there's only so much we can do. So I also wanted to just touch base on the greens 11 and 15. Those are probably the best sprigs we got in throughout this entire process, which gives me some hope that we can kind of catch up. The weather's obviously been superb over the past week or two, so they are flying in comparison to some of the previous spriggings we have done. So we're very optimistic there. And like I said, thank you for your patience. If you have any questions, reach out to me. and we're getting close here. LeBar should be out of here probably around August 10th or 11th, so life completely changes for us at that point, and it's just hammer on the gas and grow some grass.